day.
From Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh,
It's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
but not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three Rivers Stadium, Forbes Field once stood. We are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Indianapolis Colts and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And that's the kind of streak you don't see too often in today's NFL since there's so much parity. So the way they've played has been truly remarkable.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
In recent years, we've seen a lot of love for North Dakota State in the NFL draft. And Trey Lance, he's a great example of what the Bison are sending to the league each and every year. This guy looks like a franchise quarterback. He wants his opportunity to prove it to the rest of the league.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The numbers on the ground for Walker a week ago. 16 carries, 69 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So roughing the passer call is accepted, and this officiating crew not making very many friends here with this crowd.
Yeah, we all know that everyone accuses the officials of kind of playing to the home team, but not in this case. They just tried to administer the game the way it's supposed to be. That drew the flag.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Throwing on 2nd and 8, Lance. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. To throw, it's Lance. That's complete. Left side to Bateman. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Here's McDonald off of the play fake. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So first and 10 now from the 30. They go play action with McDonald. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. The Steelers at 11-1 now on the year. And they've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And let's give them a ton of credit, because in a league that's built on any given Sunday, any team can win, to run off this kind of a streak, this kind of a number, that's pretty darn impressive.
Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. Play action. It's McDonald. Out to his left. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up third and long. And this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal. Because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. McDonald. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Marcus Davenport make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, that time it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. On 4th down, McDonald sliding out of the pocket, going deep here for Watkins. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to... That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Foyesade Oluwakin. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. McDonald sets to throw. He'll buy some time right. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Quez Watkins hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken just shy of the 10. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. On second down, it's Walker. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Back to Walker on first down. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. This defense for the Steelers, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Now Lance. Completes it to Aguilar. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. And Lance going to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
First carry for Kenneth Gainwell. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. Walker is going to take this one in for a Colts touchdown. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on.
He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion. Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
On 4th down, McDonald rolling to his left. Got a man, it's Schwartz, complete. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a first down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say punt the football there.
So we're changing to analytics.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Damian Harris with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. That time a 6-play drive, and it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Lance now on first down. Flush to his right. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Lance. Shakes off the sack. Open man right side is Ingram. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
They'll try and power it home here with a fullback Johnson. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Here's Lance. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we are tied at 14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped by the touchdown pass to Nelson Aguilar. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away.
He's got a man, complete. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 40 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the move to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's McDonald to throw. Steps away. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that 1st down pickup.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Throwing is McDonald. Rolling to his right. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Quez Watkins with his second touchdown here in this first half. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. A reminder coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Lance looking to throw it. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded at the 20. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. He's got a man, complete. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 44 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. There he goes, right side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
That's interference. Defense.
So call off the pick 6.
Everything looked right. It looked like it was in their favor. Returned it for a touchdown, as you just described. But instead, the penalty for interference nullifies everything.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Off play action. McDonald out to his left. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lance. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Lance now on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And Lance now to throw. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. Flushed out right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, we'll head down to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. Zach Wilson has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Keenan Allen, well over 100 yards with 2 touchdown catches to boot. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around and out. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marr on for the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to look deep for Watkins. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 40-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 40 yards. Always a benefit to have a quarterback that can roam outside of the pocket, make that throw, and I guess it's helpful to have a guy that can come down with a ball like that.
All of that ties in together perfectly. Imagine being on the other side of the ball, though. You think you've got coverage. The play gets extended. Now you've got to find a receiver to plaster onto before the ball gets there. Very difficult to do.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 32. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
4 yards remain on 2nd down, ball on the 10. They run it again with Williams. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he's brought down. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to...
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Reggie Gilliam. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. And, boy, that was a heavy set. I think they had 3 tight ends out there. The fullback, you knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fool anybody at all, were they? There was none of this show-you-heavy set, bootleg it out. Nah. Big guys up front, hand it to the big guy in the backfield.
And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points. Nothing fancy there on that 2-point try. Give it to the big boy and let him go to work.
That almost felt like sandlot football that we used to play, didn't it? Biggest guy on your team who can carry the ball, hand it to him and let him rumble.
Nobody picked me on the sandlot football team.
You were quarterback, and I know better.
I was the water boy. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. Here's Walker to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
This one goes underneath to Walker. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. This is taken at the 23. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and that's caught inside the 30. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 40 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. He'll buy some time right. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Quez Watkins with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will bull his way in there for the 2 points. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
On 1st down, Lance. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's Lance to throw it. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Okay, ready?
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get 1 more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Evan Ingram was the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Desperation time here. Lance into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Steelers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Tight end Harrison Bryant, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down. On 4th down, McDonald rolling to his right. And he gives himself up, but not before he gets the conversion. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Come on, QB, come on. Here we go. Here we go. One for Mike. Watch one. Watch one. I know he ain't got it.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Looking to throw. McDonald, the quick slant caught. And he showed a nice little juke, but then the window quickly closed. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Baron Browning coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Back to throw. McDonald sliding out of the pocket. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Quez Watkins, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Tucker with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And Lance will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. Throwing on first down is Lance. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They'll look to throw here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head. Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll buy some time right. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 33 yards that time. Off the play fake. McDonald rolling to his left. And this is taken in at the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. On second and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. They'll give it to him again. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jamal Williams taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Steelers stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Indy set to go on offense once more. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Looking to throw. Lance, now a desperation throw deep downfield. Now Lance throws the interception, his third. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Off-play action. McDonald rolling to his right. Going deep here for Watkins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
One final try now for Lance. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, the lopsided affair finally coming to an end, and really no shortage of big plays for us to examine, partner, on offense or on defense for this team. They were so well-rounded in this one.
They certainly were, and how about the day those defenders had, though? How many takeaways did they have? I quit counting after a while. They were clearly the better team, and their defensive effort, it led the way.
So for the Steelers, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.